morning, hair
Hi,
friends.
hair friends.
Welcome back.
Another Wednesday morning.
And
I really needed my coffee today.
I'm still going. This is decaf, though. Does it even count?
I mean, there's still a little caffeine in
There's a
decaffeinated
baby-
coffee.
I know, there's a baby bit.
There
but is
is.
there enough?
It's decaf. It's not non-caf.
No, that's true. That's true.
You just have to drink a whole lot more.
A whole lot more. Well, good morning, hair friends. We are back today with part 2 of how to build your business outside of social media with the Billy Davison. Now, if you didn't tune in last week to part 1, I'm going to give Billy a chance to tell you who he is, where he's from, and about his business.
Yeah, so obviously my name is Billy. I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me back.
We're excited to have you, Billy.
Yes.
Yeah, I run Occipital Salon Marketing, and my overall goal is to really make sure that salons show up online when they need to. And outside of social media, you need to make sure you're showing up when somebody's Google searching you. You need to make sure you've got the answers to the problems they have, and I'm here to do that for them.
That's so great. And if you didn't listen last week, he gave some really good tips about how he's helped build his husband's salon in 1 year in what would normally take a stylist or a new salon just through social media about 3 years.
Yeah.
The level of business, and it's still growing. I mean,
Yeah, he
been
just hired his
insane.
3rd stylist, and he's about to expand into a full salon. So it's crazy, all in
That's
1 year.
fantastic. That's amazing.
Congratulations.
1 year as a hairstylist, that is huge.
That's huge.
That's
and,
huge.
And there's definitely some secrets to this success, I'm sure.
For sure, but I'm here
And-
to share them.
Yes. So I know that you're going to share the top 5 secrets to building the business outside of social media. But first, a little shout out to our sponsor, Salon Service Group. So at Salon Service Group, if you do not know, they have created their own line of hair care and hot tools called USmooth. USmooth.com is where you can go if you are a hairstylist in need to apply for funds through the UCare Foundation that was also started by the USmooth founder, Gino Barbo. And if you are a stylist, you must go there yourself to the usmooth.com website and apply for those funds. And that's amazing,
I
right?
think, well, that's hair friendship right there.
Right there. It's
If
hair
anybody's
friendship.
proving it.
It's such an awesome resource.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So we want to talk about the top 5 secrets to building your business outside social media. So Billy, what is number 5?
Number 5 is probably going to be reviews. I think it's so important to get reviews in. So really thinking about when you are looking for any kind of local business or service, you ask a friend, of course, that's your word of mouth, but you really want to know, well, how does that work for other people? My one recommendation, like that worked for them, but does it work for everybody else? So getting reviews, I think, is key. And it's your way of being able to have unlimited word of mouth for anybody looking for it. But getting those reviews is not as easy as it seems, right? And so I think my biggest tip that I like to share of how to get those reviews is when you have your client in your chair, just simply ask them a quick question. Can you do me a favor? And stop. That client is so dedicated to you. They're going to drop everything and do whatever favor you ask. So they're going to say, of course, yeah, I'll do a favor. What do you need? And say, if you could just leave me a review, tell me why you picked me and how your services are, it would help me out a ton. Now they're definitely going to go leave that review for you. They're going to leave the keywords that you need because you are telling them what services they got done. They're now putting balayage in their review so people can see, oh, I can get a balayage from them. So definitely an easy way to get those reviews. And again, once they've already committed to doing a favor for you, now they're going to feel guilty if they don't. So I think that's a good, easy way to get reviews from your clients and get the content you need in those reviews too.
It's true, and I really like that you brought up reviews because right now at Blue Sky Salon, Philip, he actually is the owner of Blue Sky Salon, and he is having a review contest right now with all the hairstylists. So not only are we getting our clients to participate in giving your stylist reviews, but he's making it fun for all the hairstylists in general too to almost have a goal to win something. I think that's amazing. So reviews are very, very important, and right now you can review me at blueskysalon.com.
And I like the idea of asking them for a favor.
Yeah.
You're not asking for a sale. You're not asking for them to, add on a service. You're just asking for a small favor.
Yeah.
And you've done so much for them already with the service that I'm sure you provided. If you're a hair fan, I'm sure you provide a great service. So don't be afraid to ask for that review.
Yeah.
So what is number 4?
A website. You should have a website, and it shouldn't be just a landing page. It shouldn't be a subdomain. It shouldn't just be this thing that your booking software provides. It should be a fully customized, dedicated website to truly highlight your business, your work, your services, your talents, and everything you do. Your reviews, you should highlight your reviews on your website, and it should be updating every time you get a new review. It shouldn't be reviews from 3 years ago. It should be your content. It should be all of your stylists. Your website should be a living, breathing machine that's actually doing something for you, generating you business. It's not just a page to say, I have a website. It should be like your generation tool for new leads, new clients behind the chair, and new retail sales.
That's so interesting that you talk about the reviews on the website, because when I've gone to a website for any business and I'm looking up to see what people have said, I check the dates.
Yeah.
Because if there haven't been a lot of reviews recently, it makes me wonder if maybe the products weren't that great, or maybe if it's just kind of fallen off the map. Is this not trending anymore? Is no one talking about it? Like, it just kind of seems like, why did it fall off?
Yeah, for sure. Or are they legitimate? If it's like updated 2 years ago, okay, then maybe they just type that in. Is it a legitimate review?
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So having those constantly pull in from like a valid source, marking it as like certified from that valid source, and updating automatically. You shouldn't have to do it yourself or reach out every time you get a new review to say, hey, can you put this on the website? It should just be, again, a living, breathing machine doing all that work for you.
That's kind of like an aha moment. I hope other hair friends out there are having that same aha moment too.
Well, I'm over here just jaw dropping because I mean, technology and math is not necessarily our strengths as hairstylists. We giggle about it all the time. So just hearing all of this and the opportunities that we have as hair friends is just phenomenal.
Well, and think of all the time and energy that you put into social media, that perfect picture, the perfect lighting, you want to get all the depth that you can and make everything look great and all the hashtags, but you're not getting the review on your website or even have a website. So when they go to your Instagram and they want to find you and book with you, there's nowhere to go.
Right.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
basically have a pretty portfolio, which we all do need as stylists, a beautiful portfolio to make sure that we have something to show everybody, right? But when it comes to how do people review it, get to it, share it, all of that.
How do they find your portfolio?
Finding it. Like that's where you come in. And I love that superpower that you're gifting us.
Yeah, the superpower of marketing outside of social media. So what is this third step?
I'd say the third step would be content. Content. And you probably hear that on your social media. Oh, I've got to post. I got to create all this content. But it's really got to be focused content that people are looking for. So like, of course, like I would say the most popular keyword is hairstylist near me or hair salon near me. Perfect. But that's not what everyone's searching for. They're searching for all these trending topics. Balayage near me, hair extensions near me, foliage near me, all these different topics. And so creating content for every one of those, and not just an image, like actual content to say, hey, we provide a balayage. Not only do we provide a balayage, it's a whole service. Here's what you're going to get. Here are what our results look like. Here's where you can find us, and here's where you can book with us. And doing that for any service that you really want to get a client in your chair for, just making sure you're sharing that, answering the questions. Your guests are not hair pros like you guys are. And sometimes it's hard to like see that perspective from the guest perspective. And so many times you'll go to a website for a salon, they have one page, it's services, and it says highlights, balayage, and a starting price. Your client doesn't know the difference between a partial highlight and a full balayage. They don't know what they're gonna book, and they don't know if it's the right service for them. But it's midnight, they're trying to find a salon, nobody's open to take a phone call. So providing the content, providing the answers, and like really explaining and making it easy for them to know what they're doing, where they're booking, what service they're about to provide is so important, because that service menu with just one word and a price means nothing to them. They don't understand that.
I know it always meant nothing to me.
Yeah.
I really just wanted to know, what kind of hair do you do and what services are kind of provided? Are there before and after pictures? Like,
what am I
where's the
getting from this?
content?
Why should I book with
Yeah.
you? Like, you got really, it's
Where
really
are
a
the reviews?
selling tool. Yeah.
Where are the reviews?
Well, I find online booking quite fascinating, and I do think it's great, but I do also think that we have several times that you go for a full foil and it's actually a blonde root touch-up, vice versa. So they don't necessarily click the right option, but do we have the breakdown of what that option really is? Do we have a photo right beside it? That's
Are you
where
explaining it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
This
sense.
is another great reason to go hourly.
Absolutely.
And going
We've talked about that on a recent
Yeah.
episode too,
Yes.
about breaking apart this whole pay by services, and you're paying for the stylist time. And this is another way where that would really streamline that as well.
Because with content, you're selling the service and the experience and the results. You're not selling it on the price. A
Right.
service menu with balayage and a price, you're literally selling it by the price and not what the guest is getting. So really providing the content, selling them on like, here's what you're going to get. Here's your experience. Here's what the results are. Here's the reviews. they don't care what it's going to cost at that point because they know they found what they want. They're already sold.
That makes
So
sense.
some of the sites, I don't even put pricing until they go to book because at the end of the day, they're there for the service, not the price. So
Right. I love that.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're getting close to the number one. But
Yes.
what is step 4?
step 4 is so close to number 1. I've balanced back and forth, but it's called Google My Business. So, and a lot of stylists, don't worry. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. A lot of people don't. So think about, I'm actually going to go get a manicure since I'm in town and I need to find a place to get my nails done. So what am I going to do when I leave here? I'm going to jump on my phone, search manicures near me. I'm going to find the little 3-pack of businesses that show up with the map, and I'm going to use that to determine, I'm going to look at the reviews, I'm going to look at the photos, I'm going to look at the content on there, and make my decision if I'm going to call that nail salon or if I'm going to go to their website. That's Google My Business. That's where that shows up, and it's free. Everybody can have it one. It's free. Anybody can have access to it.
I love free.
Right? Right? And it's
Anything free.
and
is for
everybody
me.
uses it.
Especially if it's going to drive business
Absolutely.
and drive traffic to my website. I don't know about any of the hair friends listening. I did not know that that existed. I didn't know that there was a way for me, myself, and I to program Google
Yeah.
to populate me as
And make you trending.
the
Basically.
search response when someone types in, find something near them.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And that's the place that's going to house those reviews. The first thing we talked about. That's where they can go and leave that review. You, when you have access to Google My Business, can actually respond to those and thank them for leaving a review. Shout out something personal to make it feel even more personal as like a stylist to that person leaving that review.
That's
Do you,
great.
do you think this is a direct kind of action that really resulted in the success of your husband's salon?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if you think about any local business or service, that you need, like if you're looking for a burger near me, you're hungry, you're going to Google search that. You're not going to go to social media to find that, and you're going to go right to that Google 3-pack or scroll and look at all those different businesses, and that's how you're determining who to call, if they're legitimate or not, what they look like. You're going to go to the photos. It's free to post unlimited photos in there. Post all your work there. You're dedicating all that time to your social media. Post it there too. It's free.
It's almost like Google is the unspoken social media.
I know.
Like
it's our
you're
little
posting on
secret.
Instagram, you're posting on Facebook, you're posting on
Wow.
TikTok, but no one's posting on Google.
Right? But that's where everyone's going.
Time to update. Time to update, hair friends.
And drum roll, please. The number one step, secret process that you should be doing right now or could be doing right now as a hair friend or stylist salon outside of social media is.
Tell us, Billy.
Just because you can do it yourself doesn't mean you should.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
No,
we're here.
okay, I'm
Keep
down.
going.
I'm
Yeah, and I think that applies to many, many things. There's so many DIY, and I love to do DIY projects around my house, but
Sure.
I don't DIY my hair. I'm not a hair professional, so
Right.
I'm going to a professional to do that,
Okay.
right?
Either, yes.
Right? And so I think that's the important thing to recognize too, is that just because there's these DIY tools out there, there's like, oh, I can go build a Squarespace site. Sure, anyone can. But again, is that doing it what it's supposed to do? Is it just providing a website because you know you have to have one? Or is it actually being a resource, a generation tool? And are you doing everything you should be doing on there? Do you know what you should be doing? Do you
Well,
know
also-
all the tricks?
Time is very limited, and so it may not be that you can't do it. It may not be that you don't want to do it. It may not be that you just it may just be that you simply
Yeah.
don't have time,
Yeah.
And so handing that off to people who specialize in that, it just is going to give you more time for things like family, your hair art, behind the chair, whatever it may be. But it's still possible and there for you to have.
He's trying to say he doesn't have time.
Absolutely.
No, none of us do, right? None of us
Right,
here.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's again, just like with finding the right hair friend for your hair service or finding the right nail tech for your nails. Even like you said, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
And sometimes even when you can, you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
have to.
And the return on the investment potentially pays for what you potentially would be paying out to have it done on your behalf.
Time and time again. And I guess it's super important to think too. It's like that just because you booked a client online, that's super exciting, but your job is to retain that client too and rebook them. So it's not like you just got one hair service. You just got a lifetime client from that dedicated work that you just put in or had someone else put in for you to show up online when you need to.
Wow.
Billy, this has been
I know.
eye-opening.
I know.
This is revolutionary. this is not supposed to be real, a life outside of social media.
That
I
entire
can't.
quote
What?
that Lady Gaga provided us, like show stopping, never been seen
Original,
before,
never
right?
been seen, not afraid to reference or not reference.
Yes.
Iconic.
That's how I feel about all of this right now.
It's-
So thanks
yeah.
for opening up our minds on all of this, though. Like, I mean, our eyes in general, our minds, our soul. We wouldn't know as hair artists that Google's the space.
I'm ready to get off Instagram and
I know
get
the
on
whole
Google.
thing.
That-
We're revamping.
Keep
So-
social media. Keep social media. It's important. It's a great validator, but it's not a discovery tool. I think that's something to really think about is like you need someone to find you first and then look at your social media to validate that you are what you're saying you are.
I
Right.
think that's what we need to quote. What is your discovery tool, hair friends?
Right. Well, this has been a fantastic episode, part 2 with how to build your business outside of social media with Billy Davison. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
We want to give
having me.
another last shout out to our sponsor, Salon Service Group. And Tristan, I'll let you take that away.
Yes, and right now make sure to go to usmooth.com. There are pro bundle sets still on sale, and also you can do curling product 4 for $40 right now.
So, Billy, real quick before we go, where can our hair friends and hair friends salons out there find you?
Well, naturally on Google. You can just search for Occipital Salon Marketing. But you can find me anywhere. Google search, Bing, Siri, Alexa, social media, any social media outlet. I'm everywhere. And that's what I do for salons too.
I love that. You're everywhere.
Yes. Well, happy Wednesday, hair friends. Don't forget you can go to myhairfriend.com and become an official hair friend by purchasing any of our hair friend merch made by local Springfield vendors using promo code HAIR20, saving 20% off your entire purchase. Tristan, Billy, it's been a great
It's
day.
been fun.
It's been a great episode.
Cheers,
Cheers
hair
hair friends.